everyone. I know I'm on a little bit early. I meant to do this yesterday. Unfortunately, I didn't have time. But I want to get into this supposed shooting at the University of Tennessee. With that being said, let's get into it.
Welcome to the News Channel 9 Stream Center. We're following developing news from the
And
campus
this
of the
is ABC
University of
9
Tennessee
out of
Chattanooga,
Tennessee.
where an alert has gone out from the campus saying that UTC is in a current lockdown. Please avoid the UTC campus until further notice. Another alert telling students and staff on campus to, quote, run, hide, fight, as a suspected active shooter is possibly on campus. Now, we just got word from Chattanooga Police that it started as a shots fired call. But the good news, at least for now, is that Chattanooga police say at this time no victims have been located. So while they are investigating whether there is an actual active shooter, they say at this time they have not found anyone who has been shot or injured as of yet. What you're looking at on your screen is a picture from someone on the UTC campus who was inside the library when this started, when police came and started escorting everyone inside the library out. The viewer who took this picture and sent it to us told us that police had their guns drawn, telling people as they were escorting them out, quote, this is not a drill. So we are hearing from people who are on lockdown at the campus right now, trying to get as much information as they can. But again, I do want to alert you that CPD told us that this started out as a shots fired call, but as of this moment, they have no confirmed injuries. They have not found any victims at this point. So this is obviously a very developing story. We don't have all the details right now, but we did want to come on live here so that when we get those specific details, we can share them with you. In the moment, we have two crews on the way to the scene right now. Obviously, traffic is very difficult to get there, so we are watching the university's social media pages as well as those of the Sheriff's Department, Chattanooga Police, um, to let you know exactly what's happening as we know it. We do have information coming into our newsroom up to the minute, so you'll see me typing, you'll see me look through email as we go here just to make sure that we give you the right information as soon as it comes in. I'm just looking over now at the University of Tennessee Chattanooga Twitter page. That's often how they give out information quickly. I'm not seeing anything there yet. Again, the alert that went out from UTC did tell students and people on campus to, quote, run, hide, fight. Um, you, CPD say they are working with UT police or UTC police to confirm any details they may need. Those organizations working together at this moment. Let me just pull up for you now the alert that did go out from UTC. Let's look at that right now.
I'll be
Here's that
back in a
alert that went
second.
out from UTC police at 12:42 p.m. today. Possible active shooter in University Center or library. Quote, run, hide, fight. More info forthcoming. We are waiting for more information from the university as we figure out what happened here. So we know that a call went out not too long before 12:40 this afternoon. CPD police saying it was a shots fired call, sending campus police, sending CPD police, Hamilton County Sheriff's deputies. They are all to the scene as they are trying to figure out what is going on. We know police are staging in a specific area to try to get to the different locations. Here's a map of UTC now. I'm trying to see here if I can zoom in on this for you, but I don't think I can in this format. So they're saying that The library, which you see right in the corner of your screen with those green lines around them there, that is one possible location. Also, the University Center, right to the north of that there on UTC campus, that is where the UTC alert said that they were looking for at first for this possible active shooter. Oh, new tweet from UT Chattanooga. Let's go and see what that says. Give me 1 second. Okay, so this is the same information that came out in the alert, which is possible active shooter in the University Center or library. Run, hide, fight, more info forthcoming. So that info going out first to UTC students and staff, and then going out on the university's Twitter page. Let me take a quick moment here just to check Chattanooga Police's Facebook page to see if they have anything up there at this moment. Not yet. So we're still watching those to see what might come in here.
So this is how political stock trading actually works. You know how in a poker game, when the players know the next hand, it's called cheating. But in Congress, it's just the typical Tuesday. We sit on the committees and pass the laws. So we might get a sneak peek of which companies get a lucky government contract. And guess what? It's totally legal because we decide what's legal. And yes, people are trying to get us banned from trading. That's because they couldn't get in on the action. Now they can.
So in these moments, you'll hear me repeat a lot of the information that we do have, because we don't have a lot, but we do have about 4,000 people joining us right now, and that is going up by the moment. So we want to just make sure that everyone that is just joining us is getting the up-to-date information. So again, what we know, CPD, Chattanooga Police Department, saying that they got a shots fired call. They went to campus. As of this moment, they have not found or identified any victims. We know that different students were escorted out of the university library. This is the picture that you're seeing right now. Those in that line told us that police had their guns and told students and staff, quote, "This is not a drill." So they are treating this as an active shooter situation, even though we don't exactly know yet what the details are. An alert going out from UTC to the people on its alert notification at 12:42 p.m. here. UTC alert, possible active shooter in the University Center or the library. Run, hide, fight. More info forthcoming. So we are waiting for more information, but we did want to let you know as soon as we knew that this was a possible active shooter. We wanted to come on here and give you all the information that we had. Let's see here. We're seeing another UTC post. Okay, that's the same one. They're putting that on all their different social media pages at this point. We do have 2 crews on the way to the scene. We're waiting to get that camera up from our crew on the scene there. They haven't quite arrived yet because, as you can imagine, it's been very difficult for them to get to the campus with all the police and the people trying to leave there. Okay, so here we go. We have some new photos coming in. This from the Hamilton County EMS page. Let's take a look at what these say. Okay, here we go. So this is from the Hamilton County EMS post here. Multiple agencies are on the scene at UTC for reports of a possible active shooter. Stay away from the area. More updates will be coming in as they happen. So you can see here, you see Chattanooga Police in this picture. Let's see if I can zoom in here just a little bit. You see multiple different agencies. Hamilton County EMS, some unmarked police cars as well, Chattanooga Fire Department, You see people from EMS, the fire department there, police in the background, staging there. We do know that they are staging all of the people on campus. Give me 1 second here. So this is from the Hamilton County EMS page. We're seeing more information come in as we wait for okay, nothing else. Okay, we do have a video from one of our crews on the scene. I am going to ask one of our producers to watch that to make sure we can take it live here before we show that, just to make sure what's in it. And then as soon as we know that, we will let you know. Again, let's take a look at that alert that went out there. From UTC Police, that's what you're seeing on your screen.
Still talking about how she's scared.
Okay, so we do have an interview from one of the students on the campus. This is from one of our crews that's on the scene. We're going to take a look at that right now.
Oh, as you said. What's your first and last name?
Ainsley Craig.
And just kind of describe the feeling right now in the scenes that's going on.
I'm just nervous for my friends because I was on the phone with one of my friends. She's in lockdown, and people aren't taking it very seriously. You can hear all the people talking in the background.
And then you said you were just in the
I
library.
was just in the library like 10 minutes ago.
Wow. Any other thoughts and feelings?
I hope this is not real. I hope it's just fake. I don't know.
Yeah.
Modern look. Thick, absorbent layers.
But these napkins aren't just elegant, they're surprisingly affordable. And perfect for Wing Wednesday. Vanity Fair. Elevate every day.
Okay, so obviously lots of nervousness there. Okay, this is a live look from the scene at the UTC campus. You can see that right now. So let's take a look at what we're seeing. This is coming into our newsroom live here. You can see people directing traffic. You can see Chattanooga Fire Department vehicles. When the camera pans over in just a second, you can see just the sheer mass of people that are responding to this scene, multiple different agencies. Again, if you're just joining us, we know that there was a shots fired call on the campus of the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga. Police, at last check, have not found any victims yet, so we don't know if this was a situation where someone shot, or someone shot someone, or shot into the air. We don't quite know that situation yet. We're waiting to hear more from Chattanooga Police.
Nope, I gotta get you to go that way. He's going to the hospital. I need to go that way.
You can see there
Okay.
an officer running
Doctors and whatnot, and I need this lane open for all my
as this response grows on the campus of the University of Tennessee, Chattanooga. Okay, so a little bit more information. Chattanooga Police just posted on their Facebook page. CPD is working with UTC Police to confirm shots fired reports that were called in. At this time, we have not located any victims. They do say, attention, UTC campus and all City of Chattanooga government buildings are in current lockdown. Please avoid the UTC campus until further notice. What you're seeing on your screen, a live look from the campus at the University of Tennessee Chattanooga. We can see how many people are responding there as different agencies go to the campus to try to figure out exactly what has happened there this afternoon. So what you're seeing on your screen, if you're just joining us, we've got about 12,000 people watching at this moment. The UTC campus in Chattanooga, Tennessee, a big police response as an alert of a possible active shooter on campus went out about 12:40 this afternoon. So about 30 minutes, a little more than 30 minutes ago. You can see the large police presence there. The good news, at least for this moment, is that Chattanooga police say they have not located any victims. What they are doing is working with Chattanooga UTC police to see if there are victims there that they need to find, or if someone has taken themselves to the hospital. We don't know that at this point. You can see Tennessee state troopers arriving on the scene. They do have a staging area for emergency responders. That's where our cameras are live on the campus there. We have several crews both en route and on the screen, or on the way to the scene there. So lots of different pieces of information coming in. As we said a little bit before, you'll see the type of looking down from time to time, just trying to gather the most up-to-date information that we can get to you in this moment as we work with police and our crews on the scene to try to figure out what happened. Let's take a look.
Okay, I'm back, y'all.
The UTC campus map. Right in the center of your screen here, you can see the roads with the green dotted white lines. Right above that is the UTC library, and then right above that, the University Center. Those are the two locations that the UTC alert pinpointed that the possible active shooter might be. So right in the center of UTC campus there. We also have a picture from someone that was at the UTC library. This is when police officers went inside the library, escorted students and staff, anyone that was outside,
Okay, I'm back,
outside, telling them, quote, this is not a drill. So they evacuated that building, escorted the students and staff out as they tried to clear the building to make sure that they couldn't find a shooter inside, that they couldn't find anyone that was injured. CPD still telling us at this point that they have not, to this moment, found any victims.
Okay, I'm gonna skip through this.
In Chattanooga, Tennessee. This is viewer video sent to our newsroom showing people coming out of a building on campus. We know from some of the people that were there on campus that police went into the library, evacuated students and staff from the library, telling them, quote, "This is not a drill." Um, so we don't know if any victims have been found at this point. We know about 30 minutes ago, CPD told us they had not gotten any victims yet. So we have several reporters on the scene. One of them is Meg Doyle. She's just about ready to join us here. Meg, can you hear me okay?
Hi, Patricia. Yes, I can. I just got to the scene. I'm going to flip my camera so you can see several areas are obviously blocked off. Now, right here is one of them. Let me see if I'm able. Oh. There's a lot of obviously caution tape. There's students sitting on the sidewalk over here. Obviously, tons of police cars blocked off. We're right next to the Army ROTC building. Definitely a scary situation. Again, we don't have many details at this time, but let me see if I'm able to zoom in at all.
So Meg is on the campus of UTC. You can see her shot at the bottom, and then you can see our other live camera at a different location on the other, I believe that's on the other side of campus. Meg, do you know what street you're near there? What's your specific location? Do you see a street sign or anything, or a building?
Yes. I'm at Vine and Douglas, and Vine and Douglas, there's more first responders have just completely shut down. I'm not sure if that's the library down there. It might be, but there are, armed police officers everywhere right there. There's students kind of just sitting in place who are probably closest to the scene when, this was called in. But yeah, definitely if you can avoid this area for now, they've got it pretty much blocked off and locked down. There are, some students walking around. I saw a lot just obviously walking away from campus. There's a bus that's kind of just stayed put for right now. Some people watching by, but again, we don't know many details at this point. But definitely, if you're in the area, just stay safe and try to stay indoors right now.
Yep, and they're asking people if you don't not to head to campus, if you have afternoon classes, if you live right on or near campus, to not head that way. We do just want to recap a little bit for people that are just joining us here what we know. CPD telling us at this point they have not found any victims. As far as we know, they have not located a shooter. We don't have anything confirmed about what happened. All we know is that UTC put out an alert that said there is a possible active shooter on campus. So all this response trying to determine exactly what happened there this afternoon. And we are hearing that at some point soon there will be a media briefing. So hopefully we will get more information in that media briefing and we'll be able to bring it to you then. Meg, we will let you go for now. If you learn any more information or speak to anyone, please let us know and we'll bring you back here into our stream, okay?
All right, will do. Thank you.
Okay, thanks so much. Now, we do want to bring you some more pictures. This was a picture a little bit earlier today from the UTC library. As students and staff were brought out of the library, officers escorting them out with guns drawn, telling them, quote, "This is not a drill." So everyone on campus treating this as an actual dangerous situation, even though we don't know specific details yet. Another video that had come into our newsroom not too long ago, let's take another look at that. This, you see students evacuating, running out of buildings here, going to safety. We spoke to our former News Channel 9 intern Colby Langley telling us that they were told not to move around the buildings on campus, as again, they are sweeping the campus, we understand, as they want to figure out exactly what happened here this afternoon.
Okay, hold on, I got
Want restaurant quality meals that actually support your wellness goals? Factor's got you covered.
come on.
See these guys right here? They're in English, obviously, but they can also be translated into multiple languages.
That's because we're trying to get new information into the newsroom and bring it to you as soon as we get it. We are awaiting a media briefing, and as soon as that happens with UTC Police, we will bring it to you to let you know exactly what information they are going to share with us. Okay, we now have Meg Doyle back joining us again. Meg, we know you saw lots of first responders leave the area. What was that like from your perspective?
Yeah, there were actually, it was, I believe, the CPD as well as Saudi Daisy police is here. They went sirens, two of the cars, wait for my camera. Two of the cars went down that way, and some other cars were going back down this way. But this is the library right here, and the information we do know is that first possible active shooter call came from the library. So there is, now you can see actually students are leaving a building right down straight ahead, which is obviously a good sign. I know police have been working through clearing these buildings. There is armed police officers in front of all buildings as well. Again, just, students kind of sitting around waiting it out for what potentially happens next. I'm trying to see if you got it.
So that was our reporter, Meg Doyle. She was on the scene but having some service issues there. So you are looking at a live camera. This is looking down Mox Alumni Drive, where we are waiting on a presser from police, but you can see their students filing out of a building or a situation. They're trying to cross the street to get wherever they are going. The good news, let me just read this latest alert from you again, from UTC, coming in at about 1:40. Law enforcement completing a search of the campus. No threat has been identified at this time. Again, no threat have they physically encountered yet. Anyone located in the University Center, library, or Fletcher Hall, they're asking students to let them know their specific location. So you can see people on UTC's campus being escorted out of from that lockdown because they are releasing some students at this time. Let's take another look at our campus map here. We know that
I'll be back, y'all.
most of this search has been concentrated on the library, the University Center, and Fletcher Hall. That was the location where UTC first said there was a possible active shooter. But at this time, all Chattanooga police have said that has happened for sure is that there was a report of shots fired. So at this point, they have not located any victims as far as we know. That was word from CPD about 45 minutes ago now. and that UTC is saying they have not specifically found a threat. So that is good news in this situation so far, but we are still, of course, waiting to learn more from authorities that are on the scene. While we wait on that presser to happen, let's listen to the perspective of one UTC student that one of our crews interviewed a little bit earlier.
Oh, she said, what's your first and last name?
Ainsley Craig.
And just kind of describe the feeling right now in the scenes that's going on.
I'm just nervous for my friends because I was on the phone with one of my friends. She's in Lufkin on lockdown, and people are taking it very seriously. You hear all the people talking in the background.
And then you said you were just in the
I
library.
was just in the library like 10 minutes ago.
Wow. Any other thoughts and feelings?
I hope this is not real. I hope it's just fake. I don't know.
Yeah.
So you heard that UTC student say, I hope it's not real. That thought going through the Chattanooga community at this point, hoping that they don't find any victims and that this was maybe just a shots fired call that doesn't come to anything else. Again, we are waiting for a police update not too long from now. We're waiting to hear exactly when that will happen. We do also know that the city of Chattanooga buildings are on lockdown as well. We don't know of any specific threat or activity that has happened there, but that was an update from CPD when they first let us know that they had not found any victims yet. So if you're just joining us, you're watching us both on the News Channel 9 Stream Center, live on YouTube, Facebook, and X, as well as on News Channel 9, as we bring you updates live from the campus of the University of Tennessee Chattanooga, where an alert went out this afternoon saying, quote, run, hide, fight, possible active shooter in the University Center or library. Since then, UTC has let us know that they have not found any actual threat yet. Chattanooga police saying they have also not found any victims. So while they continue to do a massive search of campus, you can see that live police presence on the one side of your screen. As far as we know, they haven't found anything specific yet. Now, as I told you before, we have several reporters on the scene. News Channel 9's Lily Butler, one of our first on the scene. I'm going to add her now. I think we just lost her right as that happened. We are being told that their students and people on campus are having trouble with connectivity. So that's what's happening with some of our crews, but also as students try to get word out to their families, friends, and loved ones, also having some trouble there with connectivity. Let's look at some of the other pictures that we've been showing you. This is a picture as police escorted students out of the building at the UTC library this afternoon, telling them, quote, this is not a drill. Of course, being as alert as they could, taking all precautions, removing those students from the library there. Okay, this is great news. We're going to bring you this. It just came in from UTC. The UTC campus is all clear. The lockdown has been lifted. Law enforcement found no evidence of a threat. All classes and activities are canceled. Again, great news on the campus of UTC this afternoon. About an hour and a half after this threat began, we have been given the all clear on campus. So great news there. We have been seeing students law enforcement on campus, students nervous, scared about what's happening, but now we are being given the all clear in a UTC alert. Thank goodness, as we have been on the air here letting you know, this is the best possible news. No victims, no specific active shooter that they have found. UTC campus again.
Class, attention. Let's get back to the lesson.
There's no victims, no specific active shooter that they have found. UTC campus again given the all clear.
Okay. Don't know anyway, definitely.
Okay, so let's see.
Okay,
again.
what's going on?
Oh, I believe we have Lily now. Let's try to add her again. Lily, can you hear me?
Hi, I can't hear you.
Great. I know you were having some connectivity issues, as lots of people on campus are. I don't know if you received the alert as well, but UTC just sent out an alert saying that there is now an all clear on campus, which is great news. You've been there this afternoon as this has unfolded. Tell us what you've been seeing there.
Yeah, absolutely. Great news. Just hearing that lockdown being lifted. We were just outside. I just stepped in my car for the connectivity, hopefully to be better, but we were just outside on Mox Alumni Drive outside of UTC PD waiting for a press conference to learn some more information. But as we were standing there, we saw a group of students in the distance down on Mox Alumni being, moved out and moved around and walking up towards us. So we were, getting signs that lockdown was being lifted before we got the official alert. And then right whenever I got there today, I was outside the McKenzie Arena. Students were wandering, just a few were kind of wandering, and one even came up to me and said, "What do you guys know? I don't know anything. I'm scared. My friends were in that building." And she even told me, that she was just in the library before she got the alert that said run, hide, and fight, and that she was just in the library before that. So it was definitely, she was shaken up from that, and really just confused and wandering kind of around trying to get some more information, but said she was definitely scared for her friends. And was also nervous that there were other students that weren't taking it seriously. So we're going to stick around and see, hear from CPD, hopefully, or UTC PD about what they know and what happened, and we'll have some more information at that time, I believe.
Emily, I know you talked to one student who said, "I hope this isn't real." What a sentiment. And thank goodness we can now say about an hour later that UTC is given the all clear for campus.
Yeah, absolutely. That was some, even when she was telling me that, her voice, you can hear in her voice, she was shaking, and she was truly fearful. And I think a lot of that came from just the immediate response and not knowing what else was going to happen or what was happening. I think a lot of that fear and a lot of that, hope for it not being real just came from the unknown, as it was all beginning to unfold.
Yeah, and what we know from these situations, the first priority is to get people to stay where they are so they can figure out what's going on. And while that does give some anxiety, it gives that huge law enforcement presence the opportunity to go through and see exactly what has happened.
Yeah, there was certainly a huge law enforcement presence here. There still is. I mean, even when I was trying to make it over here to the press conference, I had to weed my way through EMS vehicles and other emergency vehicles who were even blocking parking lots, kind of trying to keep everyone in place, people that were trying to leave. They were just trying to make sure that everyone was secure and stayed where it was safe.
Lily, do we have any indication from the media staging area there when we will hear from either UTC police or CPD at this moment?
At the time, I don't think it's clear, but everybody's getting set up and everybody's pretty much set up over there. I'll try to step out in a minute and see if I can keep my connection to kind of show you guys, what we're looking at and what we're waiting on, and maybe we can see some of those students walking up Mox alumni too. So let me see if that would be possible. We don't know at the time how long it's going to take. You can hear some law enforcement in the background. Let's see. Gonna try and flip my camera. So you guys can see what we have. There you can see students are moving up this sidewalk here at Mox Alumni. There, can you guys see the students kind of making their way out of lockdown here? We can. Just 5 minutes ago, this was completely, there was nobody here walking, and everybody was way down there in a lockdown group. So this is certainly some indication that, the area is secure.
Why do seniors in southern India stay mentally sharp well into their 90s? Researchers found the answer: a natural spot.
So this is certainly some indication that, the area is secure. Yeah, good news there for sure. And the fact that we've been given the all clear and students seem to be, going back and forth kind of as they please, although they did say that all classes are canceled for the rest of the afternoon there. Lily, we'll let you go and get set up for that media event. Let us know when that's about to start. We will, and we'll keep you updated with what we learn as well. Okay, thanks Lily so much for joining us here. We also have our former News Channel 9 intern Colby Langley joining us again. Colby, campus now has been given the all clear. We know you were in a class when this all started going down. What's going through your mind at this point? Talk us through the last 15 minutes as you learned that this was an all clear.
I mean, mostly I'm just feeling happy that we're able to leave safely. I know there are a ton of people here, and I'm happy that people are actually able to get out safely and everyone's all right. It was definitely I was getting more nervous towards the end, because the longer you're in a small confined space like that and having to wait to hear more news, the more anxious and nerve-wracking it is. But I'm very happy. It seems like everything is clear for now, and people seem to be okay.
Yeah, and Colby, just walk us through, you're seeing there on your screen the all clear that was given. How much communication did you guys get from UTC and from campus as this was going on?
I believe it was 3 or 4 notifications total. I can check real quick. Yeah, it seems to be 3 total notifications through our UTC alert system, and yeah, the first one was letting everyone know that we shall stay in lockdown unless directed by law enforcement to do anything else. The second one was an alert saying that law enforcement is completing a search of the campus, and if you're in some specific locations that were closer to where I think the incident happened, to message them so they could locate you safely. And then the final one was the all clear that we're looking at now.
Yeah, the best possible scenario in this situation, as we heard from CPD about 30 minutes into this, that they had not located any victims, and then about 30 minutes after that, finally being given the all clear. Colby, for those who didn't hear us speak to you a little bit earlier in this stream, just take us back to where you were when that shots fired call first came out, and what that was like.
Yeah, I'm actually back in the classroom I was initially in right now, but I'm in a classroom on the 3rd floor of just one of the student buildings, and I was in my Latin class, and we, notifications were going off, people were checking their phones, and people were like, I think there's an active shooter on campus. So it's very much like there was a question mark attached to the end of that at first. And after like 5 minutes of sort of confusion and then like looking out the windows to see like people actively running away from the library, actual like staff members and officials came through and were like, hey, you need to go like seek shelter essentially. Hide and get out of the way as best as you can, and we were ushered back into like the like a lot easier to guard like offices in the back hallways of this floor, and we were put into rooms and like no one was up roaming. Everyone was in as safe a place as we could possibly be in that moment. We were kept there until the all clear message just a couple minutes ago.
That's good. And so, in the situation, obviously a lot of nervousness. Did you feel that the university gave you enough information as they knew it? Did you feel good about those alerts that were?
I mean, they're definitely helpful. I think it's something that I could always want more information, but I definitely like wish there was like more consistent communication. But at the same time, like under the circumstances, I think what we got was enough to keep people safe, and I think that's what really matters.
Yeah, and what also really matters today, UTC saying all clear on campus, and we do have another update, just a little bit more of an update there from Hamilton County EMS. Colby, thanks so much for joining us while we take a look at that. We're going to share now the screen of Hamilton County EMS on your screen. So this one is a little bit more specific, them saying Hamilton County EMS, several law enforcement agencies have cleared the UTC campus with no suspect or victims found. Units returning to service. So in the live camera you're seeing just below me, EMS units leaving campus, police, sheriff's deputies packing up as they get ready to go back to service as UTC campus has been given the all clear. So this is from McKenzie Arena. This is the original live look we had for you. So that is where you can see all that kind of clearing up. And I'm going to go through these pictures. So that's the comparison there. The picture you see in the middle of your screen, what it looked like about an hour ago. And then now you can see EMS, ambulances, sheriff's deputies, CPD, state troopers leaving as the campus there has been given the all clear. We are still waiting for a press debriefing by UTC police as well as CPD. When we get a specific time or know when that's about to happen, we will keep you updated and let you know.
Let me speed this up. Dang, they ain't even singing. Say something.
Obviously, they can, if there's anxiety or anything, they can go to the counseling center, they can contact the student counseling center, and those types of resources will still be open and available for the students.
All right, thank you, Bill. Thank you all.
Well, mine went back too far.
Obviously.
Good.
Okay, that's it. Sorry about going back too far, y'all. He'll come up here in a second. Good news is didn't nobody get hurt or anything of the sort. Right now we're just waiting on them to do their little press conference, and I'll be out y'all's way. Sometime today would be nice. Even though this was yesterday, I couldn't do it at a particular time yesterday. Come on, sometime today, people. Okay, here we go. I think here we go.
Okay, we are waiting for a press conference from Chattanooga Police and other agencies. Now we're standing by after the all clear was given on UTC.
Just give me a thumbs up when you're all ready. All right, good. Okay, my name is Sean O'Brien. I'm the Associate Vice Chancellor for Public Safety and Chief of Police here at UTC. On behalf of our partners, at approximately 12:29 this afternoon, Hamilton County 911 received a phone call related to an active shooter, an armed individual with a rifle at 615 Macaulay Avenue. As per our training and protocol, all of our officers here at the university, the city, and the county immediately responded to that location. No threat was identified or located. No injuries to this point have been recorded. Nobody has been transported to the hospital. Our partners, Chattanooga Police Department, Chattanooga Fire Department, Hamilton County Sheriff's Office, Hamilton County EMS, our neighboring agencies, I saw Red Bank officers from the Housing Authority, and our federal partners all respond. And within quick fashion, we were able to check the appropriate locations and make sure they were all secure. And at this point, our students, faculty, and staff have been notified that there is no threat to campus. They have been released for the balance of the day. Normal operations will resume tomorrow. And at that juncture, I don't know if anybody else would have any comments they would like to provide. Any questions?
Yeah, quick question. Some reports that shots fired at the little bit ago. You know, if that's related at all, kind of.
Yeah, there was a call that came in. At this point in time, there's been nothing to substantiate that there was any type of violence or violent act whatsoever. We're not really sure where that confusion came from, and that is actively being investigated.
I don't know if you guys have seen that or if you know if that has any relation to the situation.
Well, what we do know, not in the immediate proximity to where this call came in, we did have a student have a medical emergency, and they were attended to by medical personnel, but it's not specifically related to this incident. I would also add that UTC Police, along with the City of Chattanooga and Hamilton County Sheriff's Office and the FBI, will be investigating the circumstances behind this call. We don't have any further information about that at this time.
Do you know if the call itself came from here on campus, or is it a fair possibility that it is where someone calling from a friend location or location here?
That's part of the investigation, so I can't make comment on that right now. Anything else?
I guess this was the issue that we saw from students in the past with Brainerd a couple of years ago, and in Chat State last year, some of those situations we had these kind of spoof threat calls if this indeed turned out to be another one of those cases, does that impact the way you respond to a situation like this?
Well, so our response is the same no matter what. It has to. Lives depend on it. We can never assume that something is fake, right? So just as in this case, you're evaluating the number of calls that come in. Did we speak to a person? Was it, what type of information do we have on the call taker? But those are things that are being worked through on the backside by people that aren't responding. Our job is to preserve life. That is our number one goal and our focus, and that is all we're focused on. So as we're responding, we're going to do the exact same thing every single time. And then once we're getting on the scene and getting deployed, and we're again further assessing the situation, what other information are we getting as we're moving into buildings, and talking to students, and talking to faculty? We're factoring all of that in, and we're all communicating that information, back and forth to one another, right? And that's what drives the decisions as we go forward. So, several minutes after this had already been, going on, we had officers that were, actively searching buildings, bringing students out, things like that. We were asking all those questions, right? What is this? How many calls did we get? We were asking all those questions at the time, and that gauges our response. We were able to slow down the response from law enforcement, go ahead and hold with what we had. We had enough resources on scene, and then continue to move forward with evacuations and searches, just to make sure that if anything were to change, we didn't just dismiss everyone. We still have plenty of resources on site that we could respond no matter what.
Yes, was anyone detained as a result of the incident?
No, at this time, no. Nobody is being detained. Again, it's an ongoing investigation. Okay.
Can you speak on what resources, obviously it's a scary thing for students here today that, had to do with it. Can you speak on what resources are available for them?
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you to the students. They had a very measured response. They evacuated calmly. And so from all the reports I have, the students responded in a very measured and calm manner. And they did exactly what they've received training for over, much of their life. And so I want to say thank you to the students and the staff and faculty for responding appropriately to the situation. Moving forward, we've canceled classes for the day to give time for people to settle down from the disruption. And obviously, they can, if there's anxiety or anything, they can go to the counseling center, they can contact the student counseling center, and those types of resources will still be open and available for the students.
All right, thank you, Bill.
Thank you all.
And that's it. See y'all later.